harvested some callaloo, as you can see. It gets easier and easier to harvest and clean these things. Look at how little damage is ever done to the leaves. It is genuinely pest resistant, among other fabulous things. Anybody who knows anything about greens knows that they will cook down, so I hope this is enough for us. If not, I'll work it out. I'm currently making Mister's cabbage juice. I'm gonna have to throw away a series of cucumbers because these have been in the refrigerator for several days. As you can see by the yellow color, they have turned. I'm also going to throw these away. They've been out just a few days less than these. Wasteful, isn't it? Had I been to my in-laws, I would have given them to them. Look, wasteful. I knew I didn't need all those cucumber greens. And then when you couple that with the fact that I can't even throw away leftover seeds from a seed packet, and the concept that just one fruit has hundreds and hundreds of seeds in it, I better stop talking before I can't throw it away. But in this bowl, I have some the newest harvested cucumbers. Taking a couple because I usually use a half a cucumber with Mister's juice so I think 2 should be sufficient. I can't understand that, baby. Oh no, I can't understand that. You ain't know who. Oh, I know I ain't. I can't understand that, baby. Since I was on a roll, I whipped up a large batch of my yammy juice, and I pour it in my bottles. It generally fills about 4 bottles. See how thick it is? I'm a little bit short, filled up 3 bottles, 3 3/4 of a bottle. I leave the neck there empty on purpose because it swells just the tiniest bit. And then when you take it out of the freezer to thaw, you can put the top on. When it's done, when it thaws out a little bit, you take it and shake it up, and you got you a nice yammy juice slushy. It's delicious and refreshing and chock full of vegetables. Getting ready to juice yesterday's callaloo stalks. Ooh. So cross your fingers that this doesn't destroy my juicer. If it does carrots, it should be able to do this, right? Right? So I'm just going to toss these larger stems. You know. And I know the inside can be, because this is when people start stripping it before they cook it. So I know this inside can be used for, well, in my case, the same way I use spinach stems, I use them instead of celery because I don't like the taste of celery. Bitch! It's sweet. I was biting the inside, kind of like marrow. Cut this so you can see. That's what it looks. That's what it looks like. And then I just take the edge and peel the stripping back, because that's the only hard part of callaloo. And that's only if you use the stems. See how that strips right off? It's good to use a nodule like this one as your starting peeling point. But yeah, that's the inside is the marrow that's left. And what's tripping me out, because I've eaten this a million times by now this season, but I mean callaloo in general, but I don't really mess with this hard stem too tough, except to use maybe as celery. I'm gonna see if that thick bottom part is just as good. But yeah, this right here, it's slightly sweet. Like when vegans and gardening people tell you something is oh so delicious and sweet, and they just mean it's a light and fresh flavor. This is literally like just vaguely, but it's sugarcane sweet. I was getting ready to throw these thick stems away, but I'm going to peel. That shit is good. I'm just not willing to do this because I enjoy just what I eat, and I don't need to do all this work for some goodness that I can enjoy without doing it. That's not as sweet as this top end was. Yeah, that's not as sweet, but this is sweet. Oh my goodness. So the stem marrow of callaloo is actually slightly sweet. See all the things you learn on this channel? See the things that you learn here that you're not going to learn anywhere else. Yeah, that was really good. Oh, so I bet you my juice is about to be really good. My juice is gonna be so lit. It's a darker green than usual. The stem situation made me want to taste this. Ooh. No, that wasn't good. Get this foam out. Let me finish making it. See, you can't make assumptions. You have to experience it. That's why I'm here, to experience it for you. Honey crisp. Cucumbers turning yellow. It's still good. Like cucumbers in general, when they turn all the way yellow, they're letting you know that they're on their way out. They're letting you know that they are looking into the light. So you better eat them before they walk into it. I'm gonna need 2 apples. I know that right now. And I know that because I tasted this juice and yeah, so yeah. Where are my apples? I cooked the callaloo, but I put a fresh bag aside. Because sometimes when I'm cooking and it's late and I don't want to go out at nighttime messing with the plants, because then I have some here. Because I might want to just stick some in some pasta, beans, or some potatoes, meat, or any other kind of vegetables, or sauce, or soup, as a seasoning, as its own side. Here are a couple of my frozen batches. Yes! Where are my apples though? Why were they still in the trunk of my car from my grocery store shopping trip? Didn't we say we was going to get better about that? Didn't we say we were going to get better about that? Putting the groceries away when you come home from the store. Do you think this is winter? There are no Honey Crisps, but they'll do. This is why I needed to grow my own tree. That didn't make it. Because they are life for damn near every juice I ever make. Now I'm going to have to freeze this before it tastes or anything. Oh, it's a nice steady rain coming down. Oh, the plants are going to love this. This looks milkier than my green juice normally looks. It's okay. I'm gonna put more apple in it though. See how milky that was? I wonder if it would do that or taste different / better if I use just callaloo leaves only. I'm gonna try leaf juice. I'm gonna try leaf juice next time. Ooh. I just pour it from container to container a couple of times, straining it each time and rinsing out the old thing. So yeah, that's it. Milkier than normal, and it tastes okay. I'm gonna put some more apple in it. It's not great. But it's not bad. I'm gonna see what some more apple and will do. Meanwhile, yeah, cleaning my baby eyeball. Yeah. Man, your eyeballs all clean. No more eye boogers. You can see. That baby can see. Oh, you're welcome. Mommy loves you. Oh, Mama loves you. Oh, I love this guy. You're welcome. Lady love. You're welcome. You're my lady love. I love you. We can't snuggle in the kitchen. We can't snuggle in the kitchen, boo-boo. I am now about to make approximately 1 3/4 tons of yammet juice because it has been serving us well as a nice cool refresher on a hot summer day. And what I have come to love even more about it is that because I told you it tastes good as an icy or a freezy. I made popsicles and they were good, but the reality is I could just put it in one of my glass bottles and freeze it, and it can store for, I mean, it's frozen. It can store, and it never has to more than a couple of days because, like I said, it's easy. At the beginning of a day, you know it's going to be hot. You take it out, you sit it on the counter, or you put it in the refrigerator, whichever thaws in the fastest or slowest amount of time you need it thawed. Man, it's so good and cold and refreshing. When you just get overheated, you can't breathe. It's all humid and stuffy and 412 degrees. Oh, it's so good. But tell me why I had to put Mister in a headlock to get him to do it, right? I had to put him in a headlock. He's like, no, I don't want that. You know, he drinks his cabbage juice at night, but I guess the concept of having a vegetable juice to drink that tastes like orange sherbet was unfathomable. So one day I put my foot down and I was like, did you get your juice? Did you get your juice? Get your juice, get your juice, get your juice. So one day he got his juice. He was like, it's frozen. He didn't know that was the point. So he put it in his lunchbox around about 3 o'clock because he had forgotten all about it. Around about 3 o'clock, and it had thawed down just to the perfect amount where there's a big hunk of ice in the middle. So you shake it up and that ice will break up in it and it's just good and slushy. He's been remembering his vegetable juice every time since. Now it's not about him forgetting the vegetable juice. It's about me having made enough or having frozen it so it can be frozen when he leaves, and take the bulk of the hot ass morning and afternoon to thaw just right. But anyway, yeah, I'm finna make us a lot of yammet juice. Maybe y'all have this big ass bag of carrots in your grocery store. Let me see. See this big ass bag of carrots? It has several of these bags in it. It has several of these bags in this big ass bag. It's better cold, but it is delicious still. Foam and all. Whip up a few more of those, fill this up, and then fill up a row of Starbucks bottles. Made my yammet juice, the kitchen's a mess. I'm drinking the last serving of the second, well, I made 2 halves. I'm drinking the second serving of my callaloo stem juice. See how milky it is? Or milky green. Happy St. Fatty's Day! I continue to try new apples to see if I can't find a replacement for Honeycrisp, because regular apples are like $1.79 and Honeycrisps are like $3.99. Okay? Okay? They are triple the price. Worth it, but mind you, triple the price. So I keep trying other apples. I've tried them all. I never heard of these. These are Korus. And no. And I christened this the day that I give up trying. Honeycrisp is it. I knew that. Even when I was younger, I didn't like apples. I should do a story time and do my history on all fruits in general. That should be a tag, because that will be very revealing in terms of how parents, I almost said how parents teach their kids, nutrition habits parents teach their kids. But I'm going to say it will be a big reveal as to how parents are conditioned to teach their kids about nutrition. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist. I'm just saying. But that's not what I turn the camera back on for. Turn the camera back on. See, it done settled and separated now. I have about 6 of these. And I filled them up just to the bottom of the neck, because as this thaws, you're going to want to be able to take the caps and put them on, screw them back on, and shake it up to slushify it. Talking about good. I promise you it tastes like orange sherbet. Unbelievable. I wonder if it would have been better if I would have added carrots. But if you notice, I stopped adding carrots to my specifically green juice, because the orange with the green is aesthetics. The orange with the green turns it a muddy brown, and sometimes it's hard for me to psych myself out. Plus, I'm more easily able to taste the flavor of whichever green I used, and use a variety of different greens for different flavors. So I'm not drinking the same thing every time I have a green juice meal. So if it's a kale juice, you could taste the kale. If it's a collard juice, you can taste collards. If it's romaine juice, you could taste the romaine. I learned slightly late in my juice in life that less is more. Mm. Ooh. It is unfathomable that, you know how everyone thinks that technology is so advanced, and it is. But it's so advanced that people are dumber. They use their brains less. Because if you really think about it, our ancestors were fascinatingly advanced to be able to know how to treat everything with a good forage. And here people are today, think they know everything. Figure they're eating clean because they shop at Whole Foods. Whole Foods don't love these hoes. Whole Foods loves no one but Whole Foods. Okay, let me put these in it. Look how vibrant this orange is. It's such a vibrant orange too. I feel cute drinking it. Oh, it smells unbelievable. Mm-hmm. And tastes equally unbelievable. So good. Like having ice cream. Having ice cream as a meal replacement. That's what it tastes like. Having sherbet. Now it's fresher than ice cream. It is not often you will hear me accidentally call that ice cream when describing the flavor, because it's definitely sherbet. It's a fresher, lighter, fruitier, fresher taste and feel than eating ice cream. And when you get through with that and you're full, you don't feel bloated and full and feel guilty like you just, oh, why did I eat that tub of ice cream? There's none of that, because you just ate fruits and vegetables, or drank fruits and vegetables. You did. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make some of those refrigerated pickles, and I'm gonna do it with these. Cause see, they're turning yellow, so I'm gonna get a hold of these before they go bad or anything. And you know what? While it's raining, I need to go harvest those other ones, cause the bees are probably not at work. Right. Let me go harvest these other cucumbers. The only issue with the yammet juices in the freezer, and I may have already posted a video where this happened to me, is that you have to, I lean them in the freezer right within the rivets of the shelving, and lean it up against the wall, and that way the rivets in the shelving will hold the bottom corner of the bottle so it doesn't tip over. Because what you don't want is yammet juice all over your freezer, okay? Because then you have to spend time cleaning it out, and in the process of spending time cleaning it out, too much of your stuff will get slightly thawed out. It won't melt or anything, but you know, why have to deal with that? Okay, and then you got it in the little crevices and stuff, and you got it under the ice and stuff. And right now it's all over my dress, which is cool, because I'm finna go outside, like I said, and harvest some more cucumbers in the rain, okay? And then make some cucumber pickles. Why, when I decided to go out there, did the raindrops get heavier and fatter? Why? I also forgot to mention that after those yammet juices freeze, then you can go ahead and put the top on it and put it back in the freezer. But I guess you don't need to. Yeah, you could put I was going to say, I guess you don't need to, since it's frozen. It's not going to spill or anything like that. But if you want to, and you're just concerned about anything getting inside or it, you know, whatever. Once it freezes, you just put the cap back on. Which is why Mr. can just, when he gets his frozen yammet juice to have for later in the afternoon, we just take it out of the freezer and then we just put a cap on it. And it's good to go.